We're here today at AIMEX 2013 on the GE mining stand, and with me I have Mr. Geoff Knox. How are you today?
I'm good.
It's
good to see you again.
Good to see you too. So those of you playing at home, GE Mining acquired Industria almost 12 months ago. How is that going? How is that transition?
Yeah, the integration has gone well actually. We're just starting to wind back the integration forces now. So well and truly a part of the GE fabric worldwide. Connected with the research centre in New York, connected with the Fairchild business down in Virginia, connected with Erie, which is sort of the home of the locomotives you see behind. So really starting to connect the dots between the two enterprises. It's great. Yeah.
So Industria was a strong but a bit smaller company. What's the biggest challenge integrating a company like that, a small manufacturer, into a powerhouse like GE?
Well, the thing is, you're buying it for the quality of the people and the quality of the relationships, and the challenge is making sure that you don't destroy those as you come in with more systematised approach than they've had before, and we've been very sensitive to make sure that we've looked after that. I mean, the other challenge, of course, is we've stepped straight into a market that's come off full boil, and so we've had to structure for a tighter market, but we're finding there's still good product volumes going through.
What sort of structures have you put in place to deal with the downturn?
Look, it's really just a matter of getting your cost base appropriate for what's going on. We're looking carefully at what future equipment we invest in now as distinct from later, so getting our investment profile right. And then also putting in more time with customers to make sure that first we understand the value equation of our equipment, but certainly then our customers do as well. It's similar to what we've done in Fairchild, where the first 6 months was about, my question to the business was, what is the value equation of every piece of gear? Why should someone buy it? Not price, why should they buy it? What's the value equation? And we're doing the same with the Industria business. As we find that and then discuss that with our customers, we find people are interested even in these tighter times.
And I guess Industria's, or now GE Industria's operations are in Rutherford in Newcastle. Yes. Will they stay there?
Well, basically Thornton is head office. Craig Setter, who's on the stand, is now the General Manager of Mining Equipment worldwide. He's based out of Thornton. His CFO has just arrived, based out of Thornton, so we're actually using Thornton as a base. And indeed, I even have an office up there because for me, when I'm in Australia, one of the most relevant places to sit is up there in amongst that business. Now, I'm not there a lot because I travel so much, but when I'm there, I will normally sit up in Thornton myself.
And how are you finding, I mean, the industry is going through a downturn at the moment, particularly coal. How are you finding it as, like, what is your take on the sector at the moment?
Well, look, in general, the industry's down about 30-35%, and we're seeing similar volume pressure to that in the Industria business. Got good products, got good margin levels, got good value equations, so we're keeping the shops full, but we're having to work hard to do that, just like everybody else in the industry. Yeah.
And going forward, how do you see the industry playing out?
Well, I think the thing you've got to look at is China is still going to grow, it's still going to urbanise. India's going to urbanise, Greater Asia is going to urbanise. So I think the demand for our commodities will continue, and it says if you ignore these sort of volatile blips, the long-term profile is actually quite strong still, and hence our sort of short, medium and long-term view is still a great place to play, and hence Industria, a great starting point. It's putting product into China. We're seeing lots of good activity in China, a little bit less than it was last year, but still better than Australia. And so with those sorts of opportunities, we continue to invest per the original plan. Yeah.
And we're coming up to an election.
Yes.
A lot of people have been putting a lot of things on hold. Yep. There's a lot of uncertainty because of the election. Mm-hmm. What's your take on that?
Well, obviously business doesn't like uncertainty in any sense, and an election is an uncertain point of view. And so the expectation of once the election's over, no matter who's won, that they're all going to go back to investing. I think that's right, they will. I still think that the climate is one for the cautious investor, so I don't expect suddenly things to change no matter who wins, but I do think that they will be more comfortable than they've been leading up to this, because it's been quite a volatile lead up to the election, as you could tell. Yeah.
And AIMEX tonight, you're speaking at the dinner?
Absolutely.
What are you going to be saying?
We'll have to leave that for the dinner, but I mean, it's really about technology and the future of mining. Hey, I'm here because GE, technology and mining all connect dots. And I think we've got a terrific opportunity in these markets in the next decade to do that. And hopefully we can share some of that with the crowd tonight.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
It's Alex Heaver for Australian Mining at AIMEX 2013.